show a little bit about myself and try to talk a little bit about that theory of this on some of these applications about observability. So yeah, let me just okay. So this is a little bit about me. I'm from Panama. I'm Spanish native speaker, so a little. I'm sorry if you sometimes hear like I talk like in present past when I'm talking in English. That's my second language. But yeah, I was like happy to be here and to talk with you about this. Um, I have a bachelor in software development and I have a master degree in cybersecurity, ethical hacking, and offensive security. And just finished in the way of finish my thesis or last master class for say in somehow. I work about more like 9 years in some different fields about technology. I'm right now a cybersecurity officer and DevSecOps leader for a bank here in Panama, and I'm also leading some initiative about AWS. For example, I'm one of the co-leaders for the user group here in Panama, and I'm also an AWS community builder. Also, I'm like working a little bit more in communities. I think that's the way we can all learn in a collaborative manner. So I was like co-founding some initiatives like Women of Security Panama, WOSEC Panama. That is international initiative that we just try to start some chapter here in Panama. And I'm also ambassador for Comunidad Dojo or Dojo Community, also like tech and cybersecurity community here in Panama. And also like to give like some class about cybersecurity and cloud related field. There you have my link tree where you can find me in social medias. I'm always happy to connect with everyone. So what we'll be seeing here, we will talk about Amazon CloudWatch, X-Ray, and CloudTrail primarily. There are a lot of observability applications, and in AWS, we have like the native observability applications, for example, CloudWatch, X-Ray, and CloudTrail, and also we have like third-party or open source initiatives that we can also integrate in AWS, like to expand a little more the observability in other fields and have like a little bit more of capabilities. Maybe we can tell it that way, but I would like to focus today in these three. So extracting just for the AWS official website, like I said, I would like to be more in the demonstration part. So I just want to talk a little bit more about this. So CloudWatch is basically a service in AWS where we can have complete visibility about cloud resources and applications. So generally, it will let us collect metrics and logs from our resources. So if we have like application deployment in the cloud, and if we have some service, we can collect that data from those service, and we can like group these logs, and we also can make queries and try to get some insights in how the application the state in general of the application. If we have responding okay, if the application have any problem that we should be like trying to resolve, or I don't know if we want to have like a centralized space where I can have all my logs so I can start like making insights and enable traceability of the applications in a mean of time. So we can do it with CloudWatch. We can monitor, as I say, try to continuously visualize the state of the applications and the infrastructure, and try to troubleshoot some, I don't know, some logs and other things that we have in there. And we can also take action. So we can automate response to operational change. We will see a little bit about that. And we can also analyze. So we have like a live trail that we can see like in real time what is happening with the application or with the logs. Or I can just query for past information about some of the logs of the applications. So in generally, it can allows me to make application monitoring, have a visibility of all the system, make a resource optimization. That's also one important part of this kind of service. So if we are wasting some of our resources, I don't know, we have like 2 or 3 instances deployed, but we just consuming 50% of the CPU, or I don't know. We can like try to identify some of these issues, and also we can make like resource optimization and try to always save a little bit of money in our deployed applications. We can also have like that operational health, so we can see my application is okay, my application is failing, what is happening with it. And cross account visibility, that's also a little interesting thing, because it's not like I just have information from one of my accounts, but if I have um, for example, my application deployed in other accounts, or if I have like other service from other accounts try to consume information from my applications, I will have also this information with this service. So when to use it, like I previously said, to monitor application performance, try to identify the root cause and make analysis in the state of the applications, try to optimize resource in a proactively manner, and test also website impacts. If I making like a change to my application and I want to see if it will be responding appropriately with these modifications, I can use CloudWatch to try to test these websites and also to generate some alarms if we have identified something that should not have that state or that yeah, that configuration, so we can take action proactively. X-ray. X-ray is a service that extends, for example, a little bit the capabilities of CloudWatch. X-ray was previously like an independent service, but they have like consolidated in inside of CloudWatch, so it's like another capability about this service, for example. But it also have like you can access AWS X-Ray independently, so it's like a mix of the two. But yeah, we can analyze and debug mostly modern applications. It's focused a little more in the microservice applications when we are in cloud. So we are using, for example, lambdas or API gateways, or like more small applications and not a monolithic application that we used to have before. And so we will see like a great value using X-Ray to debug this kind of applications. And also we can collect traces, collect data about what requests we are making to the application, and how the application is handled it, and how the application is responding to all of these requests. Also we can record this trace. So we have like um, they call it trace, but it's like agrupations of data about the application that we can record. And we can also have a service map. I think this is like a great feature because it can show how the application is connected with some other service and other components. So it's like having a complete map of the application. So if we have deployed, I don't know, some applications and we would like to see, hey, what's behind this application? Oh, I can have an API gateway, I can have a Lambda, I can have a SNS topic connected. So I can see like all of this, for example, this map from where the client start the request and where does it end. So we have like this complete visibility about the applications, and also it could help us analyze some issues that can be in the application. And when to use it? Well, to analyze and debug some applications, to generate this detailed service map, to view performance analytics, and to audit our data in a secure manner. AWS X-Ray try always to make this data secure so that we can have access to it and it can we have always security first, mostly with AWS services. And with CloudTrail, this is not like a observability kind of service properly, but I always like to talk about it because CloudTrail can give us the visibility about what is happening in um, all our accounts in AWS. So if we have one account or we have like an organization with 100, 200 of accounts, we can have information, centralized information about what's happening in our accounts, who is logging, who is trying to access, for example, some service or trying to access to a database. But it focus more in the console on the AWS accounts, and it not focus like to the application part of the visibility of the application properly, but what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do in my account. So this is AWS CloudTrail. We can record user activity and API usage in AWS service. Uh, every call I do to, for example, a Lambda, S3 bucket, all of these are API calls, so we have that visibility. And also we can store these events in a S3, for example, in S3 bucket, and I will show you in a moment how can we integrate it with CloudWatch logs, so we can extend the capabilities because CloudTrail is a little bit less flexible, for example, in comparison with CloudWatch. So if we send or we integrate CloudTrail with CloudWatch service, we can extend its capabilities and we can make like queries about that information and have also like a little bit more information and extended retention period about the data, because in CloudTrail is like 90 days, I think, is the most that we can have this information. I don't remember the specific days, but I think it's 19 days. So the events basically that we have done past these 19 days or 3 months, we can have that visibility. So, oh, can you hear me clearly? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. Yes. What I was telling is, if we combine CloudTrail with CloudWatch, like we have like um, a little more longer that information, and also we can have like insights and traceability about what happened, for example, like a year before. So that's one of the great things to integrate CloudTrail logs into CloudWatch logs, and also to analyze viewers and events in CloudTrail log. We can integrate it also with Amazon Athena, for example, to query those data. And we can do, as I say, audit about the state of the account itself, security monitoring, and operational troubleshooting. For example, if I can't access one of the service, I can try to see what is happening, or if I have the correct permissions assigned, or I don't know, anything that could be happening on there. We can also use CloudTrail to try to figure out what's happening on there. So yes, when to use it, as like I said, it audit activity and identify and analyze unusual activities. So with that, I would like to start with like the demonstration part of the presentation. I like it to be like more practical than just theory. So yeah, I'm in the AWS console. I hope everything is viewing it okay. So let me see if I just put it like here. Yeah, I think it will be more easy to see. So here we can access CloudWatch. This is in my recent visit, and we can also open CloudTrail and X-Ray. So let me start with CloudTrail because it's like the most short, basically. So okay, great. Also in CloudTrail, we will start with a dashboard. Um, we can create trail in the case we don't have trails. Trails is just like folder or aggregation about these trails or these logs that will be generated. So for example, we can have like a trails specific, I don't know, one, two, or three trails if we want like to capture, for example, information about um, development accounts, and we have it to be like separate from the production accounts information. For example, we can create some cloud trails. um, this could be expensive. For example, the first trail we have, for example, this one is like little less expensive. So as we can have primarily um, about the logs that it will be generated, but not like to have another crowd trail open up. So when we, for example, we create a new trail, um, we will have like another cost associated with the creation of other trails. So it can be expensive. It happens in a project I was that we was just trying to separate these security events to integrate with other source to security monitoring. So it could be, I told you it could be a little bit expensive, but we can create a trail. This trail will centralize the information of the logs that we are generating in the account. And we can select the storage location, for example, an S3 bucket. When all the logs it captures here in CloudTrail, we can say, hey, just put it in this S3 bucket location for like that extended rotation period. As I say, in CloudTrail properly, it will be like 3 months. 3 months. So yeah, we can create it and assigning a bucket. We can have or enable what we call the encryption, so we can have like secure data. That is always first priority. And if we have like a KMS key, I will not deep dive in this, but it's basically if we have like a key or key that we use to encrypt our files, we can indicate it here. And we can also make additional configurations. We can enable log file validation, and if we like to preserve the integrity of the logs so that we can be sure that anyone is not there like modifying the logs and deleting some logs, so we can enable this file validation. And also we can enable the notification delivery. So for example, anytime that a new trail is generated, we can send, for example, SNS message that can be email message, for example. We will see a little bit about this, but with CloudWatch. And so yeah, we can enable also these notifications, and here is where we can integrate it with CloudWatch logs. So if we say yes, we can use an existing CloudWatch log or CloudWatch group that we have, or we can create a new one. So all this information will be sent to CloudWatch logs, so we can have it there and we can query and have some insights about this between or in CloudWatch properly, no? And we also like give a role name and policy document, so is basically um, the permissions that it needs to CloudTrail start to delivering this information to CloudWatch. So yeah, this is some of the attributes if we are creating a new trail. Here I have created trail properly. Just let me go here. And we have the event history. Also, if we come here in the right, in the left panel, we will see the event history. So basically, we can have all the information that is generating in the account. So if I try to access some service, this is an API call. So I will have like this information here. We can try to make some little filters here. It's not like it's not a lot of flexibility that we have here, but we can try to identify, for example, an event ID if we know the ID, event source. For example, I can say CloudWatch, CloudTrail. Okay, let's go with Lambda. So we can say, for example, what are the events that Lambda or this API or this service is generating. So we will see that what event name it was generated. For example, list functions. So I go to Lambda and I want to see what functions I have deployed. So just making this is basically an API call. So I am consulting the functions that I have, or if I'm entering here, it's like another call. And so it will be registering these events in the CloudTrail, in the CloudTrail event history. So we can download the events and we could use some other filters, for example, resource name. If we have like an specific resource deployed, just let me, for example, let me see if there is something about this in here. Okay, let me try with this. Okay. So if I put here a resource name, it will tell me what event this specific resource is generating. So for example, it is assuming a role to the like to start I don't know the function itself and to make what it has to make, and I can see what username in the case it applies is using it, also the event source, the resource type that it is accessed, for example am access key in this case, and the resource name properly that it is accessing or where it is assuming the role. So we can have also like filters by date and time, and we can also make like some compare some even details about some events that we are like seeing. If we have like to get a little more insight about what is happening, or if one or if event one and event two have in somehow related information or related event, we can see it here. For example, the username that is trying to um, or are generating this event is in this case my username. So we can see here like there are, for example, some compare information about the events and see if they match or they don't match. And also we have like insights. I didn't have it enabled in here, but it's basically try to collect information and metrics about the events generated here in CloudTrail. We also have that this lake of data that we can have this information or these logs and try to consuming in another, for example, I don't know, another event or another resource. And we also have, in the case we have like two, three, or more trades, we can see it here. And we can create a trade from here also. So yeah, this is basically the functions about CloudTrail. I start with this because it's like the short one. So let's move to CloudWatch, and please let me know if you have like some questions right now about CloudTrail, for example, or something like you want to see. No? Okay, let's continue. So in CloudWatch, basically we have like a more functions we can see here. We have like an extended version of this panel. So we could start with the dashboards. So here is where we can create, for example, dashboards. Um, I don't know, to see like metrics about the application, like in a graph, for example, or in a dashboard, and try to consolidate here. So, for example, if I don't know, I want to see how my application status is going on, I can create a dashboard, and um, we will have it here. So when we have like a lot of applications, we can have dashboards about all of these applications, and we customize what we would like to see about this. So let me start here. So you will see that you could have a widget. So I don't know, I want to see like a pie chart about the information, and for example, just text. We can select it here, and we can select the source of the data. If it will be metrics, so we have to create previously. We have to had created these metrics previously, so we could like use it here, for example, or we can say I like to see logs information. So it's starting. Yes, it will start. Hey, what log do you want to see here in the dashboard? So let me start with I will start with this feedback uploads lambda that I have here, and I can also customize from where I will start. Will like those metrics will show, or those logs will show in the dashboard. I will talk about more these log insights previously because it's like a separate service or functionality here in CloudWatch. But if I run this query, okay, so yes, we can have the logs that this lambda is generating. So let me try to create widget. So yeah, if we go to the dashboard, for example, this is what will be seen. And but it could be metrics, so we have like a more beautiful dashboard, like in a pie chart, on a bar chart, and information about the application. This is just to show you like a little bit of the capabilities we can have with the dashboard side of CloudWatch. And we also have the alarms. So alarms basically is, let me just start here. In alarms, we can set up, for example, like some advice when, I don't know, when some metrics about the application is reaching its final state, for example, or I don't know, if I get more than 50 requests per second in my Lambda, for example, and I know that my Lambda, I don't know, can handle that 50 requests, for example, in less than 1 minute. It's just an example scenario here. I can set an alarm and give like these parameters that it will be evaluating. So when it try or it discover a match with the alarm parameters, it will generate properly an alarm. So let's just create an example. Okay, let's select the metric. I will go with some lambda insights, but we can select other metrics. For example, we have like previously created namespace by AWS. So it's basically some general states that can happen, for example, with our service. So if I have an API gateway deployed, or if I have an application elastic load balancer, we can have these metrics, and we can use one of them. So let's go with Lambda in this case, and we can establish or specify the function name. So between any one of the function name, for example, my lambda A, my lambda B, these are like the function name, we can have the specific metric we would like to see. So for example, I will select for this the CPU total time, or I can select, for example, the maximum memory usage. So you can see that we have a lot of like previously created namespace with these metrics, but we can also create our specific metrics if these ones are not the one that we're looking for, or are not the one that we will monitor. So for example, let me show you quickly about API Gateway. We can have metrics, for example, by any of the stage in one API Gateway, or by API names. So for example, if I have two APIs, we can see what specific metrics about the API we could record. So for example, here I have this API. So we could see if we have, for example, 500 error about like the service properly, or if we have 400 error, uh, generally relation related to I don't know, some path that we can find or some specific permission that we didn't have to access. For example, some of the results, 500 error, mostly for like I say, the server is not responding, or it have like I don't know, anything happen in the backend, so we can see it from here. I will not deep dive in the errors. This we have a lot. So if we have like the 200, for example, it will be that it's okay that my application is responding okay to the request. Yeah, we have like a 200, 300, 400, and so on. And each of these category can monitor some specific errors that could be happening in that category. So let me go with this, then this error, and here, let me see what is, put 3 days, but I think I will not have like much to use here. Okay, but okay, let me try it. Okay, let's go with lambda. If not, I just created some of them before. So let's select the total memory. Do you hear me? Sorry, I see some message that you can't hear me. Okay, thank you. Yes, okay, thank you so much. This is like a specific case, possibly that it's happening in there. So yeah, if we select the metric, um, we can assign conditions. So it could be like static conditions. So we use values, for example, greater than or lower than. So we can specify like the threshold. So for example, total memory, I don't know, more than, greater than, let's put 128. So this threshold basically means that this is a static threshold. So when it be more or greater than this value that I have put in here, it will generate an alarm. Also, we can have like anomaly detection. This means that um, we can try to, or automatically this can identify um, what's yes, like what are the most requests or the normal function about the application. So when it saw something that, when it sees something that is different for this like previously known, like the stage of the application and the specific, I don't know how to say the name right now, but yeah, it can learn about what the application is doing and what is the, for example, the usage of the CPU, the total usage of the memory. So it takes the time to learn. It is like what we call IA in behind. So it tries to detect what is the how the application is functioning, its function, and if it sees that there are something different for that previously learning pattern about the application. Pattern is the word I was looking for. Oh, so if he see that they are like specific pattern that he has not previously seen before, or the application is using I don't know a great amount of CPU that it doesn't happen before, for example, it will generate an alarm. So this is basically automatic detection with in artificial intelligence or machine learning in the back. So we have like this kind of thing. So if we know the specific threshold we want to have metrics on, we can select static. Or if we don't know the how the application will be handled the request, or how the application will be like interacting once deployed, we can use also anomaly detection try, and this will um, show us what are those static metrics, for saying in a manner, and also when it uh, identifies something different for these thresholds, it will be the anomaly event that it will be monitoring. So we can have, for example, if the threshold is an anomaly detection, and we saw that in two specific times it will be out of the band. For example, I can have a band of one or a band of two. For example, two anomaly detections detected, we will generate the threshold and the alarm. So let's go with the static. I will put here 128. We can also specify additional configurations, for example, the data points of the alarm. So basically, in which point or how much time this specific threshold will be generated. So if it generates one of, I don't know, one time of two times, we can set the alarm. And also we can set up what's happening with the missing data treatment, how we want to treat the data when the alarm is going on. So we can specify, for example, treat missing data as bad. If this alarm can identify, for example, some data that is missing, this will be like a bad event, or we can ignore, and we can continue with the good data or the data previously collected, and we can ignore if we have missing data. So yes, this is one of the things that we can do here, and also the trigger or the notification trigger that basically we are configuring this threshold. We will like to identify if this threshold will be an alarm. So we have to take actions, and hey, if I receive in this information about this alarm, this means that, I don't know, the application it have lower capacity to process more of the requests that will be coming. Or I don't know, this threshold for me is okay, is the normal expectation about the application, is the normal reaction of the application. So we can define what we are configuring previously, like that, that threshold we can decide is if is an okay state, so like normal behavior of our applications, or we will have an alarm. So we have to take action. Or if this specific metric that we are configuring have insufficient data. So it's not enough to us to analyze and take action about what's happening. So you can see the flexibility here. We are not just monitoring for bad things to happen, but also when the application state is okay. So it's the normal behavior, everything is okay. We can have these um, actions configuring, see, or these alarms. And also, if we think that what we configuring previously is not like enough to we take a decision, so maybe we should be aware of, hey, maybe I should, I don't know, generate another specific data, or create another behavior to have the data that helps me take actions or help me identify if the application is in a good state. So we will go with an alarm. So if we have an alarm, we can select, for example, for all of these triggers, state triggers, we can select the notification methods. So for example, we can use an existing SNS topic if we have it, or we can create a new topic. So we will be entering, for example, the topic name, the endpoints that will receive this notification, for example, the email address. I don't know, for the operational team, if we are in an organization, or I don't know, security team, if they have to look out for something when this alarm is triggered on. So in my experience, I use it a lot, this function, mostly for things related to like the state or the current state of the application, or also if we want to monitor like some security related events, for example, how the I don't know, how the API is being accessed, or who have access, for example, to my EC2 instance. So we can use this kind of alarm to try to take action about this. Also, if we have like an incorrect configuration in security, we will always want to know if some configurations in the applications can lead to a security vulnerability. So we will see. I will try to just let me see. Well, we have like more in time, but um, here, for example, we could have like specific like events or triggers designated to security related things. For example, with CIS, and we can CIS is like an international standard for security configuration. So we can have it like enabled here, and we can receive alarms when some of the configurations are not the correct ones in terms of security. So it's flexible like a flexible form that we can use to monitor a diverse of topics, just not the operational part, but also the security part of the application. So I can create a new topic, or I can select an existing topic, and we can also configure auto-scaling actions. For example, if we want to, I don't know, deploy some EC2 instance automatically with a auto-scaling policy, we can also have it here. So remember that in cloud, we will try to automate as more as possible. So if we receive an email alarm, it's okay, it's a notification, but maybe I don't know if in the terms of a developer, for example, developing this application, I would also like to take action. So it's not like just notify me what's happening, but also, hey, if you see the CPU of the instance is in a great state, hey, just make an auto-scaling action and configure an auto-scaling group with an 2, 3 more instance and deploy it automatically. So this alarm, when generating automatically, will be a trigger for the auto-scaling group to set up new EC2 instance and try to handle the requests that we have in the application. So um, always try to see the point that we would like to automate as much as possible when we talk about these specific things. And yeah, we can also take actions. I don't know if someone is accessing like I don't know the metadata of the application of the EC2 instance, or if someone is I don't know, making like an inappropriate action, we can also have this EC2 action to take on, or hey, just terminate the EC2 or start a new instance or anything else. And also we can integrate it with system manager actions. So yeah, I will try to not spend a lot of here. I have previously created some alarms. In one, I have insufficient data, so it could not identify if this is great, if this is good or if this is wrong. And also, I have like a CPU order manager. Um, it's basically looking for the CPU total time within 5 minutes. So it tells me that it is in alarm about the CPU total amount of time that this Lambda is using. So yeah, this is a little bit of what we could do here. And also another great option is the log group. Previously, when we talk about CloudTrail delivering the CloudTrail logs to CloudWatch, I was talking specific of a log group. So you could see that here is the CloudTrail log that we have in CloudTrail. Let me just go back right now just to show you that when we configure the trail here, for example, and we enter, we will see the trail log location, for example, of these logs where they are generating. So if we come here, oh, okay, yes, here. This is the cloud trail log about the trail properly, but this is the log group of the CloudWatch log. So if we come here, we could see that this is it. So what we will see, the log string, basically string is like concatenated set of like events that are generated in a period of time. So we can see a string here, and you can see that we have like a lot of logs, information about all the things that was happening in that specific amount of time. So we could see here, for example, this is the structure in JSON about the information. So we can have the event information, general information about the event, the type of the event, in this case is was the assumed role, the principal ID that is invoking or using this assuming role, the ARN of the resource properly, or the that is using this or are generating these events. We can see some things like access key, account ID, and so on. We should always try to not have like case idea and information on the in the CloudWatch logs. This is something about security. But here, for example, we have it because this is a demo properly. So yeah, this is the structure or the information, and we have like the event type, what what the source is, what is the event name, for example, the IP address, and a lot of information. This can help us identify like in a better form what is happening, and we can have all this information in a in like standard, for example, a standard structure, no, in this case. So also we can integrate, and in security we use it a lot. So we deliver these CloudWatch logs to a centralized monitoring software or what we call, for example, SIEMs, System Information Event Monitoring, if I'm not security event monitoring. So it's basically collect and analyze if these logs if they are related to some unusual activity or security activity, to take action with the proper SOC operation teams, the security operations center. So this is a little bit of the capabilities of, it's not like having a log group with the information, but what we could do with this information and how we can use it and integrate it with other tools, because this have like this standard structure about the information. So yeah, that are the log streams. As we see, we could have a lot of information in there, and we can also like start to filter the events. We can say, hey, I like to see just the events generating in the last 30 minutes or in the last minute. So you can see that we have reduced it a lot, all the amount of logs that we have previously. So yeah, and also I can have, for example, this is the information related to CloudTrail, but we can have information about the application. For example, I have here some lambdas um, deployed, and I have information about what's happening and what are they doing and how are they processing the requests. So we have, for example, the user and the file in this case that he's uploading. And we can also have information about the direct URL. So you see that this could vary a little bit about what information it is recording, like for applications, if we configure it, for example, and for CloudTrail, that CloudTrail like tell us everything because we need to know everything because CloudTrail is our primarily source of logs of what is happening in the account. So yeah, this for example is the record, and also we have like the user identity, the IP address, the response elements. So you see this may vary for the previously seen in the CloudTrail logs, the object case, the tags, and so on. So for example, I have here the application. This is an example application. This is with no vulnerability, so that's why you see like KIDs in the CloudWatch logs and so on, because it's deployed specifically to test about security specific things. So I just want to upload. Let me see. Let's see if I can do it. If not, it's not like something. Well, no. Let me see if it's here. No, I don't see it. Ah, okay. Here was. So yeah, here I can upload, for example, like a feedback info. I will say just hi, and I will attach a file here. Let me attach this file, and I will send it. And but let me just do it this again, but with another feature that I would like to tell you here. So let me go back to CloudWatch. So we are seeing the dashboards, the alarms, and the log groups. And the next feature that will be best fit for this example is the live tail. Lifetail is basically a form where we can have like real-time monitoring about the logs being generated. So, for example, when we deliver logs to CloudWatch, we have like a little amount of like how can we say like delay in the information being delivered into CloudWatch. So what Lifetail is saying is basically anything that you generate in the specific moment of the specific amount of time, I will be capturing it and showing you here. So if we want to debug what is specifically happening with the applications and we want to make a specific request to see what's happening, we can use this live tail. This is something relative new. This was not like years before, but it's a great feature. Let me just look for feedback uploads the lambda that process the feedback request. Um, I will not select any string, and let me just I will just apply to the selected group. So hey, if we are generating some logs for this Lambda, I would like to see it here. So here you are. It started like 5, 6 seconds, and it's waiting for log events to be generated and match the filter that I just configured here. So for example, in this case, just anything related to this Lambda specifically. So I will do again the, um, let me put these items Excel, and I will send the feedback, and it sent it. So you can see that automatically, mostly in real time, but I never like to say like real time, but yeah. Um, Nearly real time, we have information about the specific request. So we can see what user it was and the file that I just upload, that is items, this Excel file, and we can see the specific URL and a lot of, as we just see in the log group. So yeah, we have like uh, in real time information or real time capture information, and we can see everything that we just see in the CloudWatch log group. But as I say, this is like in nearly real time, so we can make debugging of applications and try to see what's happening. So yeah, this is it. And we have the, let me just, okay, great. Let me just go to the log insights. So this is like if you have used or know about Athena, um, it's like something similar. Basically, we can make queries here in CloudWatch and try to see information about some requests. So we can start with an example. This is like, hey, this is the structure about how you can make the queries here, and we can select the log groups where we want to obtain that information. So I will go with the feedback of slots. It's just basically to show the capabilities of, hey, I can run a query. We will not deep dive in how to make those queries because it can be a little bit extensive, but I don't know, I can say here, hey, if the, I don't know, something about the log generated. Hey, if the URL start with this, um, just show me what are the events or the logs generated. Or hey, if the message contains error 400, hey, let me see those logs. So it's like a query feature. So if we have like experience, and I've been in this also, if we have experience like some improperly um, configurations or improper states of the application. It happens, in my experience, with a security application that like was sending some errors. It was like functioning, everything's okay, but it was generating some error. Hey, I can connect to this API. Hey, I can obtain this data. So we have to come here in to see the logs, so to identify what's happening. And also if we have like a database sending logs to CloudWatch and we want to see if specific users are trying to access the database, for example, restricted users, we can also use this query to try to identify. But as I say, we also try always to automate. So this is like in case of debugging, like something specific, or hey, I would like to see right now what's happening. But we can have another forms or another options to try to identify also these issues in a more automated manner. So this is like a little bit manually. Hey, I have to select here and here and here, and I have to put the query. So, but it's something that is here and can help us a little, a lot. So also when I have like this information, I can export, for example, in a CSV or JSON format, or for example, a Excel table. So yeah, it's a fun also to have information and to add, for example, to a dashboard. So we have like metrics, a little bit more about what we talked previously. So we have like the namespace, some metrics, and so on. And also we have, and I like to go here right now for the X-ray traces. So here we have X-ray, and you could see that, I don't know, I try to go to X-ray here in the from the console. You could see that that now it's integrated. So it tried like to go to the previously unsupported version, or yes, like dashboard bot, and that like is now incorporated into CloudWatch. We can it will redirect us for the same service CloudWatch, and then inside in CloudWatch we have like the service map. And basically, it could give us information about our application. For example, here is the application, the last application that was executed. But if I put like, I don't know, 6 hour, okay, let me put a little bit more. Let me put from here to, okay, okay, from here to, okay, okay, let me see. Mm, okay, no, it's just let me see in days. No, it's just allows me 6 hour, but yeah, I think I just executed like in more than 6 hour. But yeah, I can select the executed application, so I have like the map about what is happening. So let me just try to execute another thing here. Let me see if it works and if it shows us. And the application is like making also some. Okay, just let me see if I can see a little bit or no. No. Okay, I have previously executed another one, but yeah, right now it's not visible. But yeah, it can show me like what it's doing. Hey, with a client start, for example, a request. Sorry, let me just come here. Okay, for example, when a client make a request, it comes to the Lambda context of the order manager, and then it goes to the Lambda function. So if we have, for example, an SNS, or we have like a container in EKS or ECAs, so we could have also the information here and how all the components are going on being invoked in the application. So we have like a map of the application itself. And yeah, if I select one of the components, we could see like the metrics. Also, we could see alerts if we have it, and we could see the response time and the distribution about the response in time. So these are executing in 504 milliseconds, or more than 2 seconds, or I don't know, 10 seconds. So I can start debugging. Hey, my application is processing to load the request it's receiving, and we can also take actions on there. And also we have like latency, number of requests generated, if we have like some errors in the server, for example 500 errors, and so on. And also we can like view trace, analyze, view dashboard, visualize these logs, and so on. So it's a little bit of the capabilities that I can access with service map. So yeah. Let me open this one. And then we also have like that information. And also we have what we just talked about the traces. That is also like a collection of information. So we can make like queries also in the trace generator. So I can select the nodes that I want to add to query, for example, similar to the log insights. And also we can see here the specific trace, if the status is okay, what is the response code. All these are good, they are responding okay. We have like now 500 or 400 error. And also the response time, how much it takes to my application to load the request generated. And also we can, like, if we select one of the traits, we can see like a more detailed info about what is being on in the application. So we can say, hey, everything is okay. This the average duration of the invocations or the process the invocations. And we can have for the functions, hey, for invoked, this is the duration. And if we have something like overhead, like the lambda is trying to process all that is coming, but we didn't have experienced that, for example, in this log. So yes, we have like the information about the logs. So similar to what we just saw with CloudWatch log and CloudWatch Insights. So yes, finally, X-ray become like a part of CloudWatch service, like a extended functionality. And you can see that we have information about specific things that we didn't see in the CloudWatch logs. For example, about the headers, about the body. We also have in CloudWatch logs this information, but here's like a little bit more structure and more presented because X-ray is more focused to application debugging, and CloudWatch properly is more focused to log delivery and try to have this information and do something with it. But here we can see like all these headers and what is happening about the application level. So we have like another more of information in here. And yeah, this is something of what could do on here with X-ray. So yeah, that's what I have prepared, and but not least, the part of event rules. This is CloudWatch have like a sunshine. So with X-ray was specific service, separate service that integrate it to CloudWatch because the similarities or of the capabilities, but in this case, the event rules was previously a part of CloudWatch, like just a functionality, but it have like a lot of power, so it becomes like another separated service. So we previously know this as CloudWatch events, CloudWatch rules, and now it is Amazon Event Bridge. And this is like I don't know, one of the service I like the most because in terms of automation, it has a lot of capabilities. So for example, if I want to see information about security issues, security vulnerabilities, I can integrate mostly every service on AWS. Not everyone, but uh, most of them. So I can integrate it to one of Eventbrite rules and say, hey, when you identify this type of information in the event generated, I don't know if the vulnerability have like high criticity or medium criticity, do this. So the do this is, hey, send me an email with the alert, or I don't know, go and make a correction of the application that generated this vulnerability. So in case or to focus more in what we are doing here, that is observability of applications, we can also say, hey, if we have like some alarm or some state, we can have different rules to, hey, notify me in an email, so what is happening, and also try to modify the application so I can integrate event bridge with a Lambda, and in the Lambda, I can say, hey, do this to the application, modify the security group, modify the role permission, and so on. So we have like a flexibility of capacities with event bridge. And yes, it's like one of the services that help us more with automation. Also, if we want to send events of the applications to an SQS service, for example, so we can do like a little more things here. I will not deep dive in here, but just saying, hey, I have some rules configured for what to do when it I don't know, when it receive a finding or it match something of the parameters I have telling in. And I say parameters because we have a lot of options. So I just say I could tell you that explore what you can do with Amazon Event Bridge. That was part of CloudWatch, but as I say, it's like a lot of more capabilities. So you can see how to scale application, how to respond to certain events, how to, I don't know, make a lot of things. So yes, this was like, yes, we have something also about application monitoring. I will not deep dive in here. And the insights, we have like specific lambdas on container insights that we can also try to specify in here. So yes, that's it. Yes, the performance monitoring, I can see, for example, invocations of the lambdas, durations, errors, memory usage, network. So I have like this dashboard with information to like try to take action. So yes, we are just like in time. So sorry if we use it like a little bit more of the specified time, but that was I have for this session. Please let me know if you have some questions, please. Or how do you see CloudWatch? How do you see these capabilities? Please, you are free to comment also about this. Thank you. And yes, that's it. Thank you so much. If we don't have some questions, that's it. So I hope that you could go and try a little bit about CloudWatch and Eventbridge and CloudTrail, and hope that this session have. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you. Just hope that you like the presentation, and also you have like my social media, like I said before. So I'm also always happy to help you, or we can talk about this application, or if you have like some question um, there before. So yes, you can also reach me out. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and thanks for being here in this Tuesday time. So thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you so much, Sheyla. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time and effort.
Thank you.
Particularly, I love live demo. It's actually the first time, so I would
Lifestyles.
definitely, yes, I would
Yes,
definitely be trying it out today with some of my functions.
it's amazing. Totally, it's
All right,
amazing. Yes, great.
all right, all right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much. All right,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
All right, you too.
Thanks.